What is up, guys? We're back with Hawk Talk today, and today's Hawk Talk, we're back with NFL. So, last year, I thought I'd do a few football videos, and I'm probably going to do more this year than I did last year. And what we're going to start out with is, now that we're through the halfway point of the season, people either have good records or bad records. We're going to be talking about which coaches are in the hot seat and whether or not I think they're safe or I think it's time for them to go. So whether they're safe or not safe, that is basically the game here. So I got a list of teams that I wrote down that I think are either in the hot seat or not in the hot seat, so we'll see here. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills, if you didn't know, it was my dad's favorite team, is Buffalo. But basically about Buffalo, I feel like it's more of a quarterback situation. I mean, you got to be honest, this is Josh Allen's first year. He's going through a lot of stuff. He's injured right now. They had to go with Peterman for starting for like 2 games. It was ridiculous. Now Matt Barkley's in there, and now they're in a bye, and then they're moving on to either Josh Allen or they're keeping Matt Barkley. And thank God they waived Peterman a couple days ago. But I think, honestly, Sean McDermott, he's safe. I feel like Sean McDermott's safe because it's not really his fault that things are going the way that they are now. I think it's more of like an injuries and quarterback kind of situation. Plus, Vontae Davis quitting halfway through the season was kind of a big thing too. So the Raiders. The Raiders are next on my list. So a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, we need to get rid of John Gruden because he's tearing apart the Raiders. They haven't scored a touchdown in like 3 games or whatnot." And it's, I think, more to the point, it's kind of I think again that's more. I think that John Gruden's trying to build a Super Bowl caliber team like he had years ago, and I think he's just trying to get back to that level. So I'd say John Gruden's safe, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is let go. I know he's signed to a 10-year, $100 million contract, but I would not be surprised if he was cut or fired. But honestly, I think he's safe for now. So as for the Ravens, which is our next team to talk about, I beat the Ravens. I'm a Panthers fan, if you didn't know that. I was very happy about that. So the Ravens are sitting at 4-5 right now, and it seems like the team is kind of turning against John Harbaugh the same way the 49ers turned against Jim Harbaugh. So I'd say, honestly, John Harbaugh at the end of the season, I'd say he's not safe. I'd say that this is the time for him to cut it and run. I don't know. The Ravens have been so-so for years, so I think it's that time. So Bengals. Bengals are another team in the same division as the Ravens, and that one's a good question because I know there were many talks years ago about, hey, we need to get rid of Marvin Lewis. This obviously isn't the answer. I know they just fired their defensive coordinator. They got blown out by the Saints like 51-14. It was insane. So yeah, I'd say Marvin Lewis not safe. I think it's time for them to move on from Marvin Lewis. I really do. So next is the 49ers. Again, another thing like the Bills. It's been a quarterback situation, but the year before that, it really wasn't a quarterback situation, and Kyle Shanahan took them to what, like 3-13. I think it's time for the 49ers to move on from Kyle Shanahan. I feel like there's a better person out there suited to coach the 49ers, so I'm going to say for the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, not safe. Alright, cool. So the Browns already fired their head coach, but do I feel like they'll stick with the one they have now? Well, I mean, they did just beat the Falcons in a huge upset, so I'd really have to see more. I'd say the guy that's coaching the Browns now, if he can keep this kind of pace rolling, I'm not saying make the playoffs, I'm just saying make it more of like a 7-9, 8-8 kind of record. That'd be nuts, and you'd have a job because that would be the best the Browns have done in a long, long time. Next is the Giants. The Giants, oh my God, the Giants are a mess. Giants won last night against the 49ers, and honestly, I don't think the Giants are going to keep their coach. I don't even know if they're going to keep Eli Manning. It's kind of a thing now, but I really think that the Giants coach will be out at the end of the year. I really do. Moving on to the last two, Jets. Gone. You need to get rid of Todd Bowles. He's not worth really much of anything at all. I think that it's time for them to move on from Todd Bowles, to be honest. I think there's people better suited. What about a Rex Ryan comeback? I'd like that. I think Rex Ryan could do some stuff back in New York. I feel like he wasn't given enough to work with, but either way, yeah. So Cardinals. Cardinals are the last team on my list. The Cardinals, I think their coach, I don't know his name, I forget, but I think he's probably not safe. I think he's going to be out this season. I mean, I know a lot of people give coaches like second chances, but I believe when you show that you're 1 in 15 caliber, maybe 2 in 14 caliber in your first season with a good quarterback, I think you're pretty much out. But yeah, guys, that's my coaches in the hot seat segment of Hawk Talk. If you've enjoyed this video, or you disagree, or you agree with me, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know. And if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, be sure to smash that subscribe button for more. I'm Nighthawk, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. Goodbye, guys.